Alright, so welcome to Enclave. I was going through my Steam library and I came across this steaming pile of dog shit is what I've experienced so far. The Steam reviews were positive when I looked at them, which must be some people with some nostalgia from the Xbox port. That would be the original Xbox. I played a couple, a half hour of this? 40 minutes of this so far, and it is a mess of a port, a mess of a game, and we're just gonna hop into it and suffer together. This game is a steaming pile of dog shit, and I cannot wait.
Scripted within an ancient tome, which lies beneath centuries of dust in the guarded library of Mechalon, is the story of how the Rift was formed. Though most cannot recall a time when the Rift did not divide the Enclave and the Outlands, they were at one time unified. At that time, there were lands where the very essence of magic was believed to dwell, for they were lush and prosperous. All who did not hold the secrets of the soil, which were protected by the Pact of Jifuro, coveted these lands fiercely. The great demon Vatar was among these envious creatures, for he believed that with the magic of these lands in his grasp, he would surely become invincible. And so, he led his army to attack the dwellers of the land, and lay claim to it for himself. The battle raged on, until at last the mighty wizard Zale stood alone against Vatar to protect the lands. When all hope seemed lost, and Vatar's victory imminent, Zale struck the final, fatal blow. With a roar of anger and anguish, the wizard slammed his staff into the ground. The world trembled and then parted beneath Vatar's feet. A scream of outrage erupted from the demon's throat as he fell to his defeat. However, victory did not come without a price. The chasm that grew from this powerful blast of magic was too vast to be traversed, and the people were separated as much as the lands. Those who had come to aid their brothers in fighting against the demon's army returned to their home, called Mechalon, with stunned minds and heavy hearts. The Pact of Jifuro had been broken, and they had become separated from their brothers. The denizens of the Outlands, a dark and selfish people, became known as the Dreg Attar, and the Enclave of Magic Land, which had been divided from the rest, formed a peaceful city called Selenheim. In time, all wounds are healed, for in the lengthy span since it was torn asunder, it seems that the magic inherent within the world has begun to knit the land back together. The rift grows smaller and can even be crossed in certain locations. Though it should be a time of celebration and rejoicing, such is not the case. For despite the passage of time, the greedy Dregatar still lust after the lands of magic. Raid after raid has been sent into the Enclave in hopes of weakening it for the major attack the Dregatar intend to wage as soon as they are able. Crops burned and possessions stolen, Selenheim has been thrown into a state of extreme unrest. Heavy taxes are levied upon the people to help pay for the city's defense. This has led to uprisings within the Enclave, and some of its inhabitants have landed in jail, along with the true enemy. And it is here that our story begins. A few rebellious grains of sand within the ever-turning hourglass of life.
Man, I feel bad for that voice actress. She did a really good job, and it got tacked onto, well, this. Well, let's get to it then.
So, they imprison their own too, I see. The sound you are hearing is the sound of your death. The rolling thunder of my fellow Outlanders. The sound of the Dragatar slaughtering your kind and scaling the walls of this puny fortress. They are coming to set me free. And if they don't get to you first, I will personally rip you apart.
You know, it's the third time I've watched that, and I still find it fucking hilarious. Well, welcome to Enclave. This is more or less the tutorial section. It's a mess of a game. It's definitely a mess of a port. The keyboard and mouse controls feel flighty at best. Absolutely no warning that was gonna hurt. I'm just gonna throw out a seizure warning now because
they're attacking us.
this hurts my eyes in general just with the jagginess. At least I can turn the mouse sensitivity down to help a little bit. Alright. I still have no clue how to get up there. We're doing their best to implement platforming segments into this. They did not do a good job. Can I get up there? No. Oh, we're not even gonna bother. And crouch animation. Oh, there we go. So, one of my favorite things about this that I've come to figure out is the pop in on the textures. This spot over here is just... that's amazing. This is just grade A quality. Some AAA quality right here. Oh, gonna have to look into what the dev studio was behind this and see what other masterpieces they made. I know it's a lighting effect, but even still, that's just awful. Now, I'm not entirely sure what you get for doing it, but there are those gold bags that I was trying to get to, kind of hidden throughout each level. I'm gonna attempt to get as many as I can, but don't expect this to be a 100% completionist. I'm only playing on medium for a reason. I guess so somebody else can watch this and hopefully suffer through the whole thing like I have to. Okay, at least I didn't get stuck. Come on. There we go. Ugh. This game just blows my mind. Oop, there we go. Come on. Now, I love that if you're too close, you don't... that was a bad example, but... close, you don't hit him sometimes. I'm not sure why it does that, but, kind of frustrating. God. What if I just stand here if these guys actually do anything? You'll just get drunk and beaten on your buddy. I guess I can kind of respect that. I should go with the dark side. Those guys look like they're having a way better time than I am. Come on, hit him. I know he's... there we go. The hitbox detection in this is... I dodged that. Should be ashamed of myself. I'm better than that. This third one's the charm because I seem to be getting this down a hell of a lot better. The level's almost over. you go.
Ah, another brave warrior. We should join forces.
Yeah, that's the first mission. 30 out of 50 pieces of gold. Alright. I don't know what I can use that on. New mission, okay. Weakest sword, excuse me, weakest of the sword class weapons. It simply performs its duty. Alright. It's worth 50 gold. Can I sell it? Shield. Alright. At least my game's saving. Oops. Okay, so I can load my games, and the options are in here. Alright, well, with that, this is gonna end part 1. Wait a second. Is this it? Yeah, this is gonna end part 1, and I hope you come back and enjoy this very, very wonderful game with me.